Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I make videos about digital planning and different ways to get creative with your iPad. So if that sounds like something that's of interest to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you get notified anytime I put out a new video. But now that that's all said, let's go ahead and get into the point of today's video, which is just to show you guys my sticker release for the month of September. So happy September. I'm so excited because I feel like I can officially be unapologetically excited for autumn and not have to feel guilty or annoying. I feel like it's time and people have had their warm August and we can move on. I don't think you can really see in the frame, but I'm also drinking from a little pumpkin mug, so I am ready. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts though. Is everyone else just as ready for autumn as I am? Because I could not be happier that summer is on its way out. But okay, as usual, I've made my sticker sets available on Etsy. I will also make them available on my website, but I've been directing everyone to Etsy. It's just easier that way. But the best deal is always going to be to my Patreon subscribers, so I will leave a link to that if you're interested below. My Daisy Divas get one sticker set included every single month, and my other tiers get a bundle of 3. So I'm going to share all of those with you today. But I also have a little bonus, which I'm going to share at the end of this video. And one last quick thing before we get into actually showing you the stickers. I would just like to thank my Patreon subscribers again because they've helped to decide the theme and also the color palettes. They get to do this every single month, and I'm so grateful for all of your help. And so actually the funny thing was this month we had a 4-way tie for the theme, and I really wasn't sure what to do. I didn't know if I wanted to just make an executive decision or if I wanted to put up another poll with just the 4 options. But what I ended up deciding is that one of the options is maybe a little more October-y. So I thought I could move that one to next month as an option and give it a second chance. And then the other 3, I tried my best to combine. So for this month, the themes are just cozy fall vibes in general, and then sunflowers and woodland creatures. So you'll see when I show you the 3rd page of my sticker sets how I tried my best to kind of put all of that together, and I'm actually really happy with how they turned out, but I was forced to get out of my comfort zone a little bit because I don't typically draw animals. So I hope that you guys enjoyed these. It was definitely a little bit different for me, but I always appreciate the opportunity to challenge myself a little bit, especially when it comes to art. So thank you all for being a big reason why I do that. But without further ado now, let's actually show you these stickers. So the first color palette is this one, and I really like this one. All of the colors have a little bit more of a dusty feel to them, and I think it was just a beautiful vibe that my Patreon patrons chose. So here's the colors. Everything on this first page is just as typical as it always is. Very functional stickers. I love to have this option because honestly, for me, these are the stickers that I use the most. And I like to decorate and have things look cute, but functionality is very important to me when it comes to my planner. So here we've got my standard stickers. Here's the second page. And on here we've got a few of our sort of themed washi tape stickers. So we've got these adorable pumpkins, which I really like. And we have the plaid. So the plaid has come back, or the buffalo checked if you want to be more precise. But I decided that with the washi tape, I was really going to try to do the fall vibes here. And I didn't do any kind of crazy patterns or anything on these, but I just tried to keep with what felt very, I guess, yeah, cozy. So for me, that is like plaid, these sort of like grid lines, of course the pumpkins, and then as you'll see on the 3rd page, this checked pattern, which is still kind of cozy, but also really just trendy at the moment. And so I felt like I had to keep up with this, at least for now. I don't know, these might stick around for a while. I'm not entirely sure. But Here's the themed page. So we've got 4 different styles of pumpkins in each of the colors, and then we've got this one multicolored one that just kind of brings all the colors together. And then I did a little bit a different thing when I was creating these. So I actually drew these ones in Procreate and then I vectorized them so they look a little more hand-drawn than my usual ones. So I'm curious to know if you guys have an opinion on any of these compared to previous sticker sets. I just wanted to try something new, I guess. And then I also did this sort of like draw outside of the lines coloring, which I'm personally really in love with. I always love the look of that, especially in digital art. But yeah, I don't know. This is definitely something that I like, so I hope you guys enjoy it too, but I'd love to know your thoughts, so feel free to share those with me. We have, as you can see, a lot of different styles of leaves here. We've got some mushrooms here and acorns, just keeping the vibes pretty simple at this point. I didn't want to overdo it because I know I'm going to use these same types of elements in October and November, of course. But on the whole, I think I'm pretty happy with the mix here. So we've got, like I said, pumpkins and leaves and acorns and mushrooms. But then we've got the more specific woodland creatures and the sunflowers. So here I tried my best to incorporate the sunflowers into the look of the creatures, just so that we could make sure that everything kind of, went together, I suppose. So we've got like a cute little sunflower behind the ear of the bunny, and our raccoon is holding a sunflower. There's a little crown of sunflowers and leaves in the antlers, and our squirrel is holding one, and so is the hedgehog. The fox has a cute little one behind its ear as well. And then I did something a little bit different here with the owl. And this particular example, the glasses here that I've made with the sunflowers are removable. So this is the only example where they're removable. The rest are all a part of it. But in this case, you can decide to have it or not have it, and you could add the sunflower somewhere else if you want to, or not bother with it at all. But I just thought that was kind of nice and a fun way to really kind of show the big owl eyes and incorporate it all together. And then the other thing to note is that with our cute little raccoon here, we can remove him and we can always move this one on top, for example. So super cute. You just might have to relayer these when you do take them over to your planner. So just make sure that you copy the stump first, and then you can copy the animal after, and it'll always be on top. But that is everything as far as the design goes. So for the next ones I'm going to show you, the only change is going to be the color palettes. So the next color palette here, this one is definitely a bit darker. These colors are certainly a lot more like pure and rich, but they still have the rusty color that is so beautiful at this time of year. And maybe pure is not the right word, maybe just bold or clean is, but I think you can look at these and kind of understand what I mean, I hope. Here's our second page. And then here's page 3, and I really like the sunflowers on this. I just like that they're a bit more orange on the whole. I think that they're really beautiful like this. And I almost feel like this in general just gives a more nighttime vibe. Like I feel like these look like they've got a nighttime glow to them. I don't know. Am I crazy? I didn't think that before, but I sort of feel like that now. And the third color palette that my Patreon patrons chose is this one. And so what you'll probably notice at this point is they all kind of follow a very similar vibe where they've got like a yellow and an orange and a green and then a darker color, usually kind of with like a red tone. And I did this on purpose because of all of the animals. I thought that would just make them look better. Between the animals and the sunflowers, Getting too crazy with the palettes might have just made everything kind of look funny. So I had to keep within a certain family, but then find vibes that were still different. So that's kind of what I did when I offered the different color palettes to my Patreon patrons. So if you're noticing that, that's why. I just thought it might be a little weird if we had like a blue and pink sunflower, for example. But I do really love this red and the orange that are in here. These two colors I think are my favorite from this palette. Really, really pretty together. And actually something fun is that the sunflowers are actually from my garden. So at home we have this sunflower garden, and I just was so in love with them that I went outside and I took a bunch of pictures and then I turned them into stickers. So just a little fun fact for all of you. And also time for my last little surprise that I have for you guys. As a bonus for everyone who is on my Patreon and everyone who is subscribed to my newsletter, you will get a freebie for the month of September. And that is an entire sticker set in the original color palette that I designed these in. So I'm always working in some color palette as I create the stickers. And sometimes it's just a previous color palette that I just happen to be working with, and then I'll just change it all later. But especially because of the animal colors and the sunflowers and me not wanting it to get too crazy, I changed my colors before I started designing. And so in doing so, I forgot to put that color palette into the voting process when my Patreon patrons picked the color palettes. And so I'm actually just going to give this one away as a freebie for everyone. So if you're not on Patreon and you're not subscribed to my newsletter, then I will leave a link and you can join one of the two. It doesn't matter, but it will be available to anyone who wants it for free. All right, so are you ready for the free palette? Okay, here we go. This one I really like because of the purple. It's like a very plum purple. I think it's so pretty. And I don't know, yeah, this is just kind of what I had in mind when I originally designed these. And the colors here, the yellow and this orange and green, are color dropped from the photo of the sunflowers that I took. So these are like the real colors from the sunflowers in my garden, and then plus the purple that I just really wanted to include. So here's the first page, the second page, and of course, our third page. So yeah, this is kind of how I originally just intended these to be. And this is a pretty accurate representation of what the sunflowers in the yard actually look like. They are so, so beautiful. I love the colors so, so, so much. And I hope that you guys do too. And if you've made it this far, I would just like to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoy these sticker sets this month. And also, one little announcement is that I am working with one of my new friends on Instagram to start a book club for artists and creative entrepreneurs. And so I'm really, really excited. I'll be sharing more details about that in the future. If you want to follow me on Instagram to find out more about that, my Instagram handle is terrible_art. I'm also planning on keeping everyone up to date on Patreon and in my newsletter. So again, if you're subscribed in either of those places, you'll be able to hear more about that. But I'll also leave Sophia's Instagram in the description as well. Her and her twin sister have an Instagram account together, and I met her through Bonnie Christine's immersion course. And so I'm really, really excited to be sharing this with you guys and to be doing this experience with her. So we still have some things to work out, so I will definitely keep you guys updated. But the idea is that we're going to have a beautiful list of wonderful books for creatives, for entrepreneurs, and just building that mindset for people who enjoy this type of field. And what we plan on doing is just reading a book for a period of time, and then anything that speaks to you in the book, you can create something beautiful from it, like a quote or something that you can post onto Instagram. and share it with a hashtag. And once we've decided the hashtag, of course, we'll share that too. But following that hashtag will allow everyone who's in the book club to then engage with each other and talk about the part of the book or the quote that they found powerful. And so I personally am just so excited about this idea. I would love for any of you who are interested to join us. I think it's going to be a really, really fun activity and a really great way to build some community and meet more people on here. So more information on all of that coming. But again, if you want updates on any of that, feel free to subscribe to my newsletter, or like I said, you can follow me on Patreon or Instagram, and I will keep updates in all of these places. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to say. Thank you again. I appreciate all of you, especially for sticking around. Enjoy your free sticker set and all of the other ones if you have them. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. I'm also going to leave a link in the description that if you want to fill out this really, really super quick form, it's about the book club. So if there are any books that are on your list to read or ones that you've already read that you think would be a great addition to our book list, please share your ideas with us. It makes it a better experience for everyone involved. There will be a spot for you to add your name to so we can credit the person whose idea it was for that book. But okay, I'm officially done. That is all, and like I said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!